Lords, in rising after the Noble Lord, Lord Lansley, I'm simply going to say that I think the Noble Lord's made a very important point and practical point. But I rise chiefly to speak against Government Amendment 68, and I'm also going to briefly reflect on Amendment 194, following on really from the comments of the Noble Lady Baroness Young about who this power is being delegated to another person. And I would hope that the Noble Lady, the Minister, can reassure me that there's not in the government's mind, or indeed she can guarantee that it won't be a source of outsourcing that we've seen in so many areas of government to giant multinational companies that are expert at bidding for contracts and terrible at delivering on them, and that we're not going to see that sort of outsourcing disaster to follow so many other outsourcing disasters. And I think also when we think about what's happened, for example, with building control, it's really important that oversight is not outsourced to the people who will then end up marking their own homework for the work that they've done. But chiefly I wanted to address Government Amendment 68, and I note that I've received briefings from the Wildlife Trust, the Bat Conservation Trust and the Better Planning Coalition, all of whom are opposed to this government step here. And I think the context has to be noted. The respected commentator Guy Shrubsole, writing in the Guardian last year, noted how Natural England had been undermined by austerity, was incapable of carrying out even its basic functions because of simple lack of resources. And of course, as other Noble Lords have said, we have local governments heavily hit by austerity with a severe lack of resources, and in this context the capacity to be able to assess ecological issues. And I think another Noble Lord said Natural England is effectively already streamlining its responses, very often replying in a codified way because it doesn't have the resources. And the idea that we should be putting onto the face of the bill something that cuts down the oversight when we are one of the most nature-depleted corners of this battered planet really can't be defended is deeply concerning. This requires real skills, real knowledge, real training, and most local authorities in particular simply don't have those resources available to them, and indeed those resources are scarce overall, so it's better if they're actually concentrated in one place with real expertise. And this would also, I think it's important to say, limit the opportunities to deliver win-wins from development, ways in which there could be proposals that are actually improve the development for people and improve the development for nature as well.